Trump talks peace and deals, but Mojtaba keeps the IRGC war ready, holding a missile threat over the region even as talks resume. Iran's preemptive strike threat against US Arab allies just got real, with hardline outlets openly mapping out Gulf targets. Tehran is boasting it could take just half a day to plunge Arab states into crisis if its own energy infrastructure is attacked. A hardline Iranian daily is making bold new claims just as US-Iran talks restart, signaling that the missile threat won't disappear at the negotiating table. An Iranian newspaper says Tehran's missiles could plunge Gulf Arab states into crisis within half a day if war escalates. Kayhan argues that any attack on Iran's energy infrastructure would be answered by strikes that rattle Arab state systems. The paper's warning came just as Trump halted a major attack plan on Iran's energy sites. Notably, reports point out that the newspaper's editor-in-chief is appointed by the supreme leader, underscoring its political weight. Kayhan newspaper reported, and I quote, "The Islamic Republic is capable of using its missiles to plunge these countries into crisis within half a day. Damage to Iran's energy infrastructure would reduce services but not halt them entirely, while Arab states would face the opposite situation. The Islamic Republic could use its influence to shape internal developments in regional countries and help bring new governments to power." Unquote. Iran's IRGC is reportedly weighing preemptive military strikes if negotiations with the United States collapse, according to the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal cited an Iranian diplomat but did not specify which potential targets could be considered for any such strikes. The report said it remained unclear whether any Iranian response would be directed against US assets, Israel, or both. Meanwhile, regional mediators have continued diplomatic efforts to secure a new ceasefire agreement between Washington and Tehran. The Wall Street Journal reported that Qatari mediators presented Iran with a fresh proposal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. According to the report, Iranian diplomats responded positively to the proposal, raising hopes that a broader compromise could be reached. The proposed arrangement would introduce new shipping traffic patterns designed to facilitate maritime transit through the Strait of Hormuz. The Wall Street Journal said Iran continued to insist on retaining control over at least part of both designated shipping lanes.
I was asked to by Saudi Arabia, by UAE, by Qatar, and by Iran. We were all set to go, just about at this time right now, and it would have been a massive attack. We were all set to go, but when the allies asked to call it off, you got to sort of say, well, let's see. And the reason they asked is I think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran. I call it the denuclearization of Iran. So we're holding it. We'll just see. We can do it anytime we want. But we were asked by the three primary groups. We were also asked by Iran, very strongly, actually. They said, we'd like to make a deal. Now, I don't know what they say, because a lot of times they'll say that to me, and then they'll go out and say, we don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, they don't want to be attacked. And they knew the extent of the attack because they saw it forming. Well, now what we're doing is we're talking to them in the form of a negotiation. It begins tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if it's true. I'd love to do that, save a lot of lives, save a lot of unnecessary power, to be honest with you. It'll take many, many years to ever build it back. If it could, I don't think it would be even buildable back. So we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II, and it would have been disastrous for them, and they didn't want us to do it. And frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. They thought that a deal is imminent. And the deal is imminent, having to do with the Hormuz Strait, and also ultimately the denuclearization of Iran. So when I hear that, I say, well, do we want to go and be this? Now, there's a group of people that would like me to just do it. And there's another group of people that does not want me to do it. No, we'll just see how it is. We're ready to go anytime we want. Would I rather make a deal? I'm not looking to kill people, because people die. A lot of people die, and we don't want that. So they asked us, Iran specifically, but the other three said I asked Saudi Arabia, the king. I said, the crown prince, I said, what would you rather do? Would you rather have us do this or not? And they said, we would much prefer a deal as opposed to an attack, because you don't know where these attacks lead. I mean, will they be flooded with people pouring into their country and disaster? A lot of bad things can happen. Yes.
With Oman, as a coastal government, we are obligated to ensure safe shipping of ships through the Strait of Hormuz and to cooperate with each other. We need to reach a clear mechanism. The goal of these talks, as I said, from the days of the agreement on a ceasefire and then the agreement to end the war, meaning it began on June 18th, was that we agree on a route that both sides agree on, that it serves our interests. Because, look, the Hormuz Strait will in no way return to the status it was before February 28th. We had very tough experiences in these past few months. So we must ensure that the Strait of Hormuz does not become an area of exploitation by the parties attacking us. What's necessary is that we adopt a mechanism so that Iran's sovereignty rights are fully respected. Our talks with Oman are bilateral talks. They don't concern anyone else. Over the past 24 hours, we received numerous calls from Britain, Bulgaria, and Ukraine. Since you saw there were incidents in news stating they had provided their bases to America, and we had warned them, saying that they would not be part of the war against Iran.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.